This is the Infinite Receiving Podcast, helping conscious leaders tap into a wealth of abundance across all areas of your life and business. I'm Susie Ashworth, and I'll be sharing with you how you can upgrade your reality through quantum transformation, because you are ready for infinite receiving. Hello. It is Susie Ashworth here, and you are listening to the Infinite Receiving Podcast. And today I want to share with you 4 quick tips to accelerate your own personal manifestation process. And the first tip is to get freaking intentional. Now, when I say this, what I really mean is that I want you to connect with the feeling of having what it is that you desire to have on a daily basis. That's what I want you to do. You do not need to write out what it is that you want 1,000 times in order to get it. But I understand why people recommend that as a practice. And it's because for many people, not all, but for many, in the writing down of what it is that you desire and how you're going to feel once you have what it is that you desire, you start to get a little bit of a vibe. And it is all about you getting into the vibes. When I think about what it is going to be like to be experiencing 300k months as a norm, I kind of get a little bit excited. And actually, it reminds me of when I used to want to hit 30k months. And I used to think, it's just £1,000 a day. Like, of course that is possible for me. And 300k months, it's just 10k a day. Like, of course that is possible for me. And once I'm like thinking about it, I can get a little bit excited. I know that I'm going to feel a deep sense of relaxation. It changes the energy. So it's easy for us to set an intention and then forget that is what it is that we're creating. We end up getting kind of lost in the quagmire, lost in the details, lost in what is happening now, which might not represent what it is that we're stepping into. And that's where the disconnect happens. We're unable to hold the energy of the thing that we're creating because we are so focused on what is happening in the now. Believe me, when I was dreaming about £1,000 days, I wasn't making £97 a day. We were not talking about 10Xs. When I decided that it was actually time for me to hit the million, 83,000 a month, I wasn't even doing 20k a month. I was doing about 20k a month. So you got to be able to hold the energy of where it is that you're going. How you do that is to get intentional. Now, number 2, what happens when you get intentional is that you can relax. I want to sing a song. I feel like relax, don't do it when you want to go through it. Relax, don't do it. I'm making up the words. I do believe that is a song. But when you know that it's coming, you can relax. So much of what slows down the manifestation process is the fact that you feel stressed. You don't believe that it's coming. So you're in this constant state of pushing and forcing, and actually you would just freaking relax if you knew that what was coming was coming. So that is number 2. Number 3 is to take aligned and inspired action that matches what it is that you would be doing if you know that your request was a done deed. Now, a lot of the time when I say this, people think that I am talking about investing. And investing can sometimes be a part of it, but it is not the be all and end all. I know that when I went from 420,000 to 1.2 million, I made some big juicy investments. Big, bold money moves is what I called those investments. They didn't make sense. Every single one of those investments had made me little bit of sick in the back of my throat. I remember one investment that I made, like literally for 3 days, I felt sick. And my mind was like, this is not normal. You need to get out of this. This is not normal. Stop. Do not pass go. You are never going to collect £200. Stop it. It wasn't true. It was just my mind. Anyway, sometimes it's investments. Other times it's just the way that you're showing up. How would you show up on your social media? Like, what's the nudge that you're getting about the thing that you haven't been doing that you would be doing if you knew that what it was that you wanted was coming? I mean, that was a very complicated sentence, but I am going to trust that you know where I'm coming from. So aligned and inspired action, the steps that you would be taking that you either would be doing if you already had it, if you knew that it was a done deed, or for sure are going to take you one step closer. You want to be doing this on a daily basis. Step 4 for accelerating your manifestation process. Stop changing the goalposts. This is a huge one. People are like, oh, I want to get 100 people into my program. Oh, it looks like only 20 people are going to come in, so I'm going to change my goal to 15. What? Don't do that. Do not do that. Keep your goalposts the same. Now, what might shift is the timeline. So it might be, I want to do 100K in my business this month. You get to like day 31 and you've got 6 hours left and you don't have a 100K product and you are not speaking to anybody, rather than being like, I'm changing my goal from 100K this month, what I would much rather you do is you shift into, I know that I am becoming a match for 100K months. And you release the timeline, you expand the timeline. I know in my lifetime, of course, I'm going to do 100K in a month. Of course, that is inevitable. Why? Because I'm building a business, I'm putting structures in place. I have the mindset of somebody who does 100K months. So one of the first things that I do, if I know that 100K months is what I desire, is I create products and services that make it easy for me to make 100K in a month without needing to have thousands and thousands and thousands of people in my world, if that's what feels aligned. Some people might be like, you know what, I want to do 100K months, but actually I want to be wildly accessible. Then rather than focusing on 100K months now, I would be looking at focusing on who is it that I get to become in order to attract more and more people into my world, you know? But my point is we don't reduce the goal, we expand the timeline. And when you expand the timeline whilst committing to step 3, which is aligned and inspired action, you know, relaxing and getting mega intentional about feeling the vibes of the thing every day, you will accelerate the speed. It's counterintuitive, but it works. How do I know that it works? Because I'm doing it, baby, yeah. Right, I love you. I hope that you've enjoyed this episode. I probably had a couple too many teas today, feeling a little bit up there and excited. But here we go. If this has been valuable to you, do me a favor, share this with a friend. Like, click the copy link and just send it to them with a little love note from yourself saying, I think that this might be useful. I would appreciate it forever. The more people that listen, the more times Apple shares this with other people. So everyone's a winner. And in the meantime, please remember that faith plus action equals miracles. I cannot wait to be in your earbuds in the next episode. Thank you for listening to Infinite Receiving with me, Susie Ashworth. I'd love to share with you my Infinite Receiving activation audio. Go to susieashworth.com/activate infinite receiving.